Hi, Taurus. So it's up to you. This is the overarching theme. We've already talked about this. Everything I've already said. Now what you're meant to do based on this information is the Eight of Air. You're meant to begin to understand where your own mental processes are creating a sense of entrapment, where you are feeling stuck and unable to move forward because your mind is freaking out. Your mind has got you in this state of analysis paralysis. And remember that because it's mental energy, this is what you're meant to do or stop doing, do or begin doing, is look at where you are creating obstacles for yourself just with your own thoughts. A lot of times, our mind gets away from us and we begin to feel like that is our reality, is what our thoughts are. And we are not our thoughts. We are eternal beings having this human experience right here and now. And our mind, our ego, our thoughts is something that we use, but we don't need to identify with them. And here's where the entrapment becomes. We become enslaved by our thoughts because we begin to think that that's the way things are. But really, our thoughts are just continual stories that we tell ourselves in each and every moment. So it's up to you, really. You have free will, Taurus, to decide what to do about this. Do you want to drop into the heart space more and be like, okay, so where am I free already? Where can I experience freedom in this moment? Because you're meant to do this. You're meant to look at this and say, wow, okay, I am feeling entrapped here. And it's up to me to set myself free, right? It's up to you. What you're meant to not do or stop doing is the Four of Air. This is a very restful place, the Four of Air. It doesn't mean that you're not meant to rest and recuperate. It's meant to, it's just kind of saying, are you resting and recuperating as a perennial state of inaction or indecision? Because it's saying, stop doing this. If you are saying, oh, I'm tired, I need rest, so that's very valid. But if you are saying it over and over as a procrastination measure or as a way to avoid making decisions, that's where your guides and angels are coming in here to say, you might want to take a look at that, Taurus, because it may not be that you're tired. It may be that you are overanalyzing to the point where you are paralyzed and can't move forward. So there's some subtlety there, and it's up to you, Taurus, to identify where that is playing out, regardless of whether you're single or coupled. The Eight of Air in terms of a couple is asking you to look at places where you are possibly looking at your partner in a way that is limiting based on past experiences or your thoughts on what you think they will do or won't do, rather than just bringing it right to the present moment. And if you are coupled, what you're meant to do or what you're meant to not do is you're not meant to just keep sitting around. Mix it up a little bit. Don't hibernate too much. Okay, so in terms of what we can look forward to or what you can look forward to, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or what you can expect regardless, is we have the King of Water, the King of Cups in the reverse. So the King of Cups in reverse is not the most pleasant of energies, but it's not something that needs to be devastating. It's up to you, to free yourself from being feelings of entrapment or thoughts of entrapment about this kind of energy. Someone who is maybe disloyal, someone who possibly drinks too much during this time frame. It could be you. It's an energy of not being in control of your emotions and possibly even being a little bit abusive, feeling taking it out on others. So if it's not you, it could be someone that you are engaging with romantically here. The degree to which it plays out will vary based on individuals, of course. It's up to you how much work you are doing around this, where you are conscious, where you are beginning to create more consciousness. We also have the Queen of Air under the deck. The Queen of Air under the deck is someone who doesn't want to take responsibility for her life. It could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. It is under the deck. It's not front and center, but it is an energy of, it's not my fault, right? It's them. It's them. It's them. But remember, the big message here for you is it's up to you here, Taurus. You you have free will. You have the ability to create a shift and change and get out of this mental paralysis, this analysis paralysis, this feelings of stuck, possibly to a water sign, but it doesn't have to be. But you have to take responsibility for how you play into it. Where are there moments where you can begin to free yourself from the thoughts that it has to be like this, or I have to do it this way. And you can ask for help from others. You can ask for guidance from your angels. You're not alone in this. So it may just be, this is a relatively short time frame. We're talking about the month of December. It may be just this feeling of feeling kind of stuck, feeling like maybe it's not your responsibility to get you out of, you and your husband, wife, lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, or even if you're single, it's not my responsibility to get myself out of this rut. This is just the way life is. As you sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix, I'm just alone forever, which is totally fine. But it's up to you. If you're not happy with that, you have to recognize it within yourself. There is some subtlety here of where your thoughts are really this is all very mental energy, right? So where your thoughts are keeping you in a place of kind of stuckness, because you're meant to not do so much of this resting energy, freeing yourself from an energy really that isn't as emotionally supportive as you would like. And it could just be you, if you're single, experiencing this all on your own, where you are not being kind and loving to yourself, when you are beating yourself up, when you are like emotionally stabbing yourself with, I'm never going to get a boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm always alone. Those mental thoughts, those stories that we tell ourselves, they hurt us emotionally. So it could be that's coming in as well. And you're not taking responsibility for your thoughts. A lot of mental energy here with the Queen of Air, the Eight of Air, the Four of Air. I think, you've probably heard me say this before, but, we are not our thoughts. We are not, we're not meant to identify ourselves as our thoughts. We are eternal beings having this experience, and our mind, our ego is something that we use. It's a tool. It's not who we are. And so there's some work to be done around that here for you, Taurus. You're already doing good work upon it. It's not to say that you don't ever do this. It's just that it's coming up right now for this particular time frame. And certain patterns always come back around to be looked at and mastered. We never don't have an ego. We always have an ego. We always have our thoughts. It's just beginning to identify where they begin to take over. Do choose to engage in physical intimacy. If you are partnered, you can certainly have an opportunity here to experience a more loving partnership. And if you're single, it's also up here. So we have the Chariot in terms of what you're meant to do or start doing. So what you're meant to do or start doing is using the momentum that you've already generated for yourself. Continue to move forward powerfully through your own will and determination here. It's up to you. Don't give up here, Taurus. Keep moving forward. Latch onto those energies here. In terms of the bedroom, you are meant to move forward. And again, it goes back to what I was already saying with the Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords together there. It's like a little bit of a shutdown, but it's all mental. But what you're meant to do in terms of the bedroom is yes, you're meant to move forward. Whatever fears that you have been generating with your own thoughts, move beyond them here and get going. It could be also that you travel here, and if you have an opportunity to travel, to do so, and you may meet someone there through your travels. What you're meant to not do or stop doing is the World card in reverse. The World card in reverse speaks to an ending that you are either delaying or not allowing to culminate. So stop doing this. If things are meant to end, let them end naturally. It's, in the upright, it's that successful conclusion. But here you have it in terms of what you're meant to not do or stop doing is you're delaying this for some reason. You're not letting it end. So again, it could be that the ending of the solitude, the feelings of like, I'm just going to, be in this restful mode forever. rest and recovery is a transitory stage. It's not meant to be the final act, And then what you can look forward to, regardless, as I've already mentioned, is the Mother of Cups. Beautiful energy. It could be a water sign who's involved with you. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This person will be very nurturing, very giving. It could be you as well. Just a general energy of love and safety and security here. And I love to see that, because in the bedroom, it looks like this is where you can reconnect on a deeper level with someone. Again, it doesn't mean, the King of Cups in reverse doesn't mean that there's an individual in your life necessarily who's this awful human. It just means that during the month of December, that energy is present either in you or your partner or in your partnership, or, yeah. All right. So, and then we also have under the deck the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords in reverse. So this speaks already to all that air energy we talked about earlier. The Eight of Swords, the Eight of Air, the Four of Air, the Queen of Air in reverse. The Nine of Swords in the reverse. Thoughts that do not come to fruition. Dark thoughts that we are generating and perpetuating that aren't based on anything really and truly going to happen. It's just a story that we like to tell ourselves in order to poke ourselves. It's very egoic energy, and it distracts you from the greater expansion and joyfulness of your soul. So as best you can, Taurus, when you recognize that you are in your mind, do whatever you can to bring yourself present. We also have under that, though, if you can let go of those thoughts, we have the Ace of Cups in the upright under that. A new beginning in love, a resurgence of love. So beautiful energy, but you've got to get out of your mind, got to get out of your brain as best you can, and out of that egoic energy, recognize it and distract yourself away from it. Bring back to your heart, put your fingertips to your heart chakra, whatever you need to do in order to, cue the ego that you're dropping into your heart, so you can retrain your brain away from the distraction and the fear and the anxiety. Okay, I've gone long with your video, Taurus. I wish you much love and a happy holiday.